And a very warm welcome along, everybody. Happy Friday, happy Nuzlocke Friday. We're doing one of our very favourite Giftlocks today. I hope everyone's doing well over on Twitch and over on YouTube. Welcome into Georgia with a quick attack on Twitch. We've got Kanbei on Twitch as well, and on YouTube, welcome into Gemma Barnes, first in the chat today. And Kanbei, Chilling Lurking, GG, Ravel Robinson, Lord Cooler, Evil Oddish, Deadpool, and everybody else. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday. We've made it through to the other end of the week. Yeah, I suppose that does make sense, to the end of the week. Now, if you've never seen a Giftlock before, this is something kind of special. We are not going to be able to catch a Pokemon throughout the entire course of this challenge. We are going to be gifted our Pokemon from the gym leaders. We'll get one to start off with from Professor Elm, that's also randomised, and then we will have no clue what we're going to get. The field moves have been replaced with items so that we don't get soft lock throughout the course of the challenge, and that does mean as well we don't have to worry about catching any HM friends in this particular challenge. It's all about the gifts we get. And we start off by picking one of these 3 balls. May our gifts be locked in. Thank you for the £2 super chat there, Oddish. Let me give that some love straight away. Now, I suppose the first thing is, do we pick left, middle, or right? That is the first question. I'm going to give you all a couple of moments, both on Twitch and YouTube, to decide while I blow my nose, and the most common consensus is what we'll go for. Left is definitely most popular over on YouTube. Right had a couple of people on YouTube as well. Middle from Georgia. It looks like the consensus is left. The hotspot is not a good spot. We'll start off by looking at who we could have won. Do the whole game show shtick here. So we could have had an Ursaring. That would have been nice. We could have had a Vulpix. Who are we getting? A Kangaskhan. Right, okay. Not the best, not the worst. I would have preferred the Ursaring myself. We'll call it Kanga. Now, we have just Kangaskhan until we go all the way to past Falkner. Yes, it is a Kangastan. Let's take a look at our stats. Obviously, we are not going to be manipulating our DVs in this one, so it's going to be completely random DVs. 15 in attack, 13 in defense, 10 in special attack, 14 in special defense, 15 in speed. Oh, it was left, wasn't it? Not right. We're getting an Ursaring. I'm not going to complain. I got my left and right mixed up. I miss Pokemaths too, Kanbei. Of course, we're going to call it Bear, as we always do. Kangaskhan was a little bit of a non-starter there. Honestly, Bear is going to be so much better. Let's take a look at our stats of the Bear. 19 in attack, 13 in defense, 13 also in special attack and special defense, 12 in speed. Once again, we've got that cropping issue coming up. Let me quickly swap to my challenge run overlay, and I'll try and cheat doing this. If I right-click this, transform, copy transform, and then go and find my game box somewhere on here, and then transform, paste transform, it did nothing. Never mind. We'll get it recropped. It's always slight issue when going live. OBS has been throwing a right hissy fit lately. Had to rebuild all of my scenes, and obviously I got the cropping slightly wrong. There we go. That looks better. We do start with 4 moves because we are fully evolved, and now the challenge is underway. We do want to play with a level cap, actually. We're brave. And we can hit Rival 2 already. We don't need to worry so much about whatever we get from Falkner, and we one-shot. No surprise there. Let's turn off the animations, just so that we don't get any dodgy ones that may show up after the ROMs have been hacked so many times. Now, we have a level cap in place. It's going to be the leader's highest level, goodness me, is what our level cap is going to be. That does mean we have to be a little bit smart beating up Jasmine, Price, and Chuck. Have to do them in the correct order. Is it still on shift? It's now on set. There we go. Shiny Bulbasaur. Major congratulations, Gemma. Comet Punch is the problem with Kangaskhan. That is the big problem when running Kangaskhan. You can either get a fantastic time if you get all the luck in the right places, as we saw with Snowy's run, or you can get slowed down just by missing all the goddamn time. Now, we aren't going to be hatching the mystery egg. This is the first and last we'll be seeing of the mystery egg. And it's been a while since we've done a Giftlocke, so I'm trying to remember the actual progression. Our first battle is going to be with a rival one. We are going to get the candy jar as soon as we've defeated Falconer as well. So that's going to help us level up just for streaming purposes, really. It doesn't include the backported Pokemon yet, but that is something I have started actively working on. So I'm hoping, let's be realistic here, probably another 6 months or so. Because I've got to recode the Giftlocke from scratch on the 16-bit base. And then I've probably got to recode Gamehook to make it work. But the plan is to have one of these with all of our backported Pokemon in place. Yes, inverse battles are fixed on the Challenge Run patch. So that is something that is now perfectly working as it should have done from the very beginning. Ghost type's no longer broken either. We'll call the rival triple question mark as we always do. For the inverse battles, you will go just here, I think, and speak there. That's where you get your extra options. I will be updating the patch tonight with some more Mega Sprites that have been put in. So when I'm updating it, I'll make sure to put a picture of where the inverse options are. I do want to rework that entire page on the website. And if you want to play the Giftlocke, by the way, the patch is available at trainersquidgy.com. So this is available for all of you to play. And I'm sure you'll do far better than me in these. I am not a Nuzlocke player, not by any stretch of the imagination. And I realised it's been 6 months since I played the last Giftlocke. It might have come out in December, but I recorded that one all the way back in September last year. Talking of things going up on the website, fairly soon we'll have all 3 Gen 3 starters going up on the website. I've finally got all of those backports completed, only 18 months after I started them. Falconer is an incredibly low level compared to Brock, especially considering you have to go through an extra city in both of them. We have hit our level cap, we can still earn stat experience. Ooh, what are you editing, D1? Be very intrigued. If you aren't following or subscribed to D1, depending on your channel, or your channel on your website, please do follow/subscribe to D1. Absolutely wonderful person and a fantastic challenge runner. That is true. Falconer by law is a rookie gym leader. But still, you'd think he'd have slightly higher levels. Golurk in Gen 5. Golurk is one I am looking to backport quick sharpen in a hurry in Gen 2. I really like the Golurk line. I think Brock was hard because it was difficult to get moves. Here's a good litmus test for our first gym leader. Only lost 10 HP, will be absolutely fine against Falconer. We've seen Bear plenty of times on this channel, we know how it goes. I think Whitney's one of those people who she'd spend a lot of time studying to make sure her strats were perfect. Let's get into Falconer, not seeing any issues here. One-shot crit on the Pidgey. Out comes Pidgeotto. We don't outspeed because we are slow. However, there's nothing Falconer can do. Zephyr Badge acquired. TM31 acquired. And we're about to get our very next Pokemon. What do we think it's going to be? Oh, for God's sakes. I'm going to have a sip of drink for that. Not alcoholic, but kind of wish it was. Bloody Chansey. The absolute cheek of you, Falconer. Calling it bin, because it can get in the bin. Let's take a look at its stats. I was hoping for a Blastoise too, especially over a Chansey. You know, we were originally going to do a normal monologue today, before Kanbei came up with the idea of doing the Giftlocke. I think that's what's happening, you know. There we go, we've got the candy box. Triggered the event. Georgia, who do you want me to imitate with the in-game cry? We can still get shinies, by the way. The DVs are completely random. Shiny Bulbasaur would have been nice. Serendipitous, seeing as Gemma got one today. I like that word, serendipitous. Let's hope. Celebi. Oh, I'm going to have to look that one up. It's been a while since I've heard Celebi's cry. Let's have a little listen. Thank you, Sailor Neptune on you. Thank you, Sailor Neptune on YouTube for uploading all the cries individually. It's kind of bah, isn't it? That's a Twitch channel point redeemed, by the way, if you are wondering why I'm suddenly sounding like a Celebi. Or at least attempting to sound like a Celebi anyway. Let's beat up youngster Albert. Tries to drink us, doesn't quite work. I could do the Victory Bell cry, but we're going to have to wait for my voice to warm up a little bit. Because at the moment, still a little bit croaky. I got up far later than I should have done today. Which is why I sound like I'm still waking up. It's because I'm still waking up, would you believe? Now, one of the big risks we have going up against wild Pokemon is we could get a shiny and we won't be able to catch it. No Pokeballs at all are in this game. They've all been deleted from existence. Yeah, it's funny how it works, isn't it, Kanbei? I say that, we've got a Great Ball there. So it may look like I'm lying. However, if I try using this Great Ball, if I've coded it correctly, you can't use them. We will use the Candy Jar probably straight after Birdkeeper Peter. Want to try and get some stat experience on our Ursaring. I probably would try and get a job at the Goldenrod Radio Tower, especially because they let you pre-record your shows. So I'd be able to pre-record and then just chill for the rest of the day. That is true, we can sell them for the cash money moolah. We might be needing the cash money moolah later on for some vitamin purposes. I like twists, please don't spoil it, but I am very excited to see the twist. I'm going back up here to pick up the repel. I'm probably getting more encounters. Or none. That worked. Not going to complain at that. Let's use the candy box. Let's get Bin up. Might as well. Shiny Blitzel. I love Blitzel. One of my favourite Gen 5 editions. There we go. Both Pokemon at level 16. Now, we don't particularly need to want to battle any of these hikers. I said we don't want to battle you. We don't want to battle you. There we go. It would just take a lot of time. You would have chosen a Rayquaza if it was in the game, Georgia. You can choose any Pokemon you like. It all just... Any Pokemon... just means I might have to look up some of the cries. I could add that, Adrian. That would be a lot of fun. I'll definitely have a think about how I'd code that, because I'd want to do it in a special way. Maybe even tie it into the radio tower. I like how in Scarlet and Violet you can completely avoid trainer battles too. Makes life a lot easier. Hopefully it won't be too long until you get your Rayquaza Cry, Georgia. I was watching the wrong screen then, so I have no idea where I was going. Kurt's going to go into the Slowpoke. Well, we're going to follow him quick, sharp, and in a hurry. And I wonder who we're going to get from Bugsy. Not too long to wait until we battle him now. Just got to get through the first of 3 rocket sections. I did see bits of the Direct yesterday. I've got to be honest, I was asleep for most of it. But I have seen that Legends got a new gameplay trailer. I'm not going to talk about it on stream, just in case people are avoiding spoilers. All I will say is it seems interesting. If we get a Tangler from Bugsy, I'm going to cry. We get poisoned, but of course we get the instant heal straight after this battle. Move! Goodness me, the NPCs in this game. I'm not sure what I think of the whole game cartridge, virtual game cartridge thing either, that came from the Direct. I hope it's an opt-out thing, because I currently have all of my Switch games on somebody else's account, and they have all of their games on my account. If we get a Mewtwo, that would be a little bit over the top, wouldn't it? Welcome in, Chad. All is well here, thank you. How is everything for you? That's the much more important question. And now let's beat up Bugsy. It's going to be a 2-shot on Metapod, probably a 2-shot on Kakuna as well. Didn't get poisoned by Poison Sting. It's all about the Scyther. Oh, he crit. Oh dear. Oh no. I was not expecting that. The crit screwed us over. We're back to square one. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, by the way, this is how I randomize the Pokemon. So if I keep pressing here, every frame that I hold down A, the Pokemon get randomized. So once again, we have to choose left, middle, or right. Give you a couple of moments to come up with a consensus between yourselves, and then we'll get on with the run. Georgia's going for middle again. We've got a couple of middles on YouTube as well. Lord Cooler's hoping for middle. We shall have to see what we end up with. I can also take this opportunity to adjust my audio levels for myself. I've been hearing myself back for the last couple of moments. It looks like middle is the consensus. So shall we see what we end up with? We could have had on the left a Tentacruel. That would have been fun. On the right, a Spinarak. Would have been less fun. Welcome in, Senior Warrior. I hope you're doing well today. What about the middle? Lord Cooler, have you been hacking into my game? It's not quite a Blastoise, but it's a little Blastoise. Goodness me. What are the chances? Well, the chances are 3 in 251, aren't they, of getting one of the Squirtle line. Lord Cooler, seeing as you have had a premonition today, do you have a nickname for Squirtle? And welcome in, Alajango. I hope you're doing well today. This is a Giftlocke Senior Warrior, so we will have no idea what the Pokemon we're going to get will be. Every time we defeat a gym leader, we're going to be given a Pokemon, and we will have no idea what that Pokemon's going to be. Good morning, Christian Man Reviews. I hope you're doing well today. You want me to call it Squidgy Jr. Let's see if I can spell my own name. It's a female Squirtle, which means it has the lowest brackets for the attack DV there, unfortunately. But we will see how well we get on with it. Starting off with Tackle and Tail Whip, we know how this goes. We are going to play with a level cap. I need to make that by default. Yep, 12.5% for starters to be female. And unfortunately in Gen 2, the gender is based on your attack DV. So that means we have a very low attack DV. After the next reset, assuming we have another reset, I am going to make those options just be by default. So we don't have to keep resetting them. Goodness me, it's going to be a 4-shot on this Pidge. Going to be working our way up to Water Gun, I think, here. I'd love to get one of the Bird Trio, Georgia. And by the way, those of you on YouTube who are wondering who I'm talking to, we are live both on YouTube and Twitch for the foreseeable future, really. So Twitch has some added benefits, YouTube has some added benefits. So hopefully all together we'll have a great time. Now we are going to need to take a lot of heals, I think, with this Squirtle. And I need to be looking at my game screen and not the Twitch output. You're going to switch to Twitch? Hopefully you'll have a good time over on Twitch as well. You've been kicked out of your seat by a black and white cat? Sounds like something cats love to do, personally. I try and stop the adverts as much as possible on YouTube. I'm not apologetic about putting adverts in every so often. However, I really don't like just bombarding you all with adverts. Kanbei, you want me to imitate a Pokemon's in-game cry? I dread to think which one, Kanbei. Rayquaza, let me look it up. I want to get this right. Welcome in, Alajango, on the purple site as well. Let's have a listen to this cry. It's not a Waltz type block. We don't know what we're going to get. That is the beauty of this. We could get almost anything. Oh no, it's terrible. Squidgy imitated an in-game cry. I think what we might have to do here to stand half a chance of getting through is beat up a bunch of Geodude over in Dark Cave. Welcome in, Urban Huntsman. I hope you're doing well today. Just going to double check my text speed. Felt slow. There we go. And also, if you hear something that sounds like a plane landing, don't worry, it's just my tummy. I'm very hungry. A lot hungrier than I thought I'd be at this time of day. Haven't had breakfast yet. Right, well, to add more pain to the pain pile, he's got Chikorita. At least we grow to level 9. And that is, of course, our level cap. So now we just have to grit our teeth and hope for the best. Got a feeling, you know, we're going to be taking a reset at Falconer here. Maybe even at Birdkeeper Abe. It's 8.25 for you. It's probably about 2.25 for me. If we can make it to Goldenrod City, then we'll get a little bit stacked. Ice Punch will be great. We'll get Surf in Ecruteak. This is attempt number 2, GG. We got double crit by Fury Cutter over at Bugsy. 12:25 AM for you. Goodness me, I hope you're not staying up far too late. Please get some rest if you need it. Apologies, I think that burp was picked up then. It's a bit of an inside burp. Tummy's all over the place this week. I've had some good days, some terrible days with it. To protect the world from a lack of cursing, thank you so much for the £2 super chat, Kambe. 3 more of those. And we'll be ending up swearing. Which, to be fair, I think we might need on this stream. We still get the stat experience, so we're not wasting everything from the trainers, thank goodness. No, I think it would be a terrible idea to go into Slowpoke Well. Slowpoke Well, Sprout Tower, so we'll go straight into the gym. See how we get on. The answer is terribly. I don't think even a berry would have saved us there. Back to the beginning we go, unfortunately. There we go, options correctly set. We'll drop a save state there. And we'll cycle through. We've not done right yet today, have we? So the stat experience will still keep adding up. And then once we level up again, that's when the stat experience will recalculate. So, RIP to our Squirtle there, unfortunately. And I think we're going to go right this time. We'll see what we could have won as always. Welcome in, Vosh. I hope you're doing well. We could have had an Entei in the middle. Would have been a little bit overpowered. A Furret would have been nice. We are getting a Tentacool. Oh no. Yes, you can also use the PC, but you do need a second Pokemon for that. Right, we've got just Poison Sting. We'll see how far we get. Thank you, Lord Cooler, for the $4.99 super chat. When do we think the food talk will start? Hopefully the 12th of Never. Well, we got through our first Pokemon. More than I expected, honestly. And at least Poison Sting is Stab. We have that going for us. You never know, stranger things have happened. We could get through. I don't know what I'm going to have today. Fish doesn't sound like a bad idea. It's not payday until tomorrow, though, and the Chippy's shut tomorrow, which is annoying. Otherwise, I would have had fish and chips from the Chippy. I think it's an absolute scam that my Chippy closes on weekends, actually. That sounds absolutely delicious, Georgia. I'm not familiar with Captain D's. Yeah, they shut Saturday and Sunday. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've got Supersonic. We might be able to scam our way through. You never know. I had a Bakewell Tart on Pi Day, if that counts. Level cap's 100 on screen. That means I've accidentally said no to the level cap. I will tweak that, not today, but tomorrow. Well, in time for the next stream. to make sure that the default options are swapped around. There we go. Fix that manually. The wonders of having game hook. Oh, that's rude that they didn't share the pie with you. Whenever I've worked in a workplace like that, well, in any kind of office place or workplace with colleagues in person, it's always been for all the colleagues. Like when I worked at the casino, if I'd bring something in, it wouldn't just be for the on-air team, it'd be for everyone in the office. Oh no, it's terrible. You've got a tentacle. Whatever will you do? Thank goodness Hoppip's showing up. Frey Bento's pie stashed away. Sounds like it's good for a rainy day, but it's sunny today, so maybe not have it. At least it's sunny where I am. I've got some mini rolls in the kitchen. I might need to pick them up on my first break. Because I am Hank Marvin, as we'd say in the UK, absolutely starving. Frey Bento pies are pre-made pies that you can cook in the oven, I think. Maybe you can microwave them as well. Are you looking for the Deadly by Midnight today, Kambe? Good choice. I find it weird that we call a shepherd's pie a pie, because it's not really a pie, because I think a pie needs pastry. It's just mince and mash, really, isn't it? Oven and air fryer only because it's in a metal tin, that makes sense. Definitely don't want to put that in the microwave. Kambeya was saying that you're going on the Deadly by Midnight run, as I call the yellow sticker run. A mash lid, that is true. Isn't mash some of the best food on the planet? Like, genuinely, mash is a top-tier food. I don't think we really have a breakfast chain. If we order in breakfast over here, it's generally from a little independent place. There's one where I used to live called Belly Busters that was great. Their sausage baps, sausage sandwiches, sausage in bread rolls, not to be confused with sausage rolls, were the size of a bloody dinner plate. They were gorgeous. Can you also tell, by the way, we're in slow experience group with this one? We've done a lot of battling, we're still only level 8. I think our next move's Constrict as well, so even if we get that at 9, we're not going to have a great time at Falconer. We do all have a local place here in the UK. See, I don't really eat eggs unless they're in cake, so I've not been affected by any egg prices, regardless. And shout out to all the little local places that keep us sustained early on in the morning. They work hard on breakfast so that we don't have to. I do like baking a good cake. I make a really, really mean chocolate cake. For me, I'm up early enough for breakfast. It's just breakfast is time shifted away from everybody else's breakfast. Completely agree there, Kambe. If it's a single-digit hour, then I'm probably going to be very grumpy because I've been woken up too early. The fact that a 2 PM stream is considered early morning for me says it all. Oh, a good lemon drizzle. Very hard to make, but once you've mastered it, so good. And I think in answer to the question, Lord Cooler, the food chat has begun in earnest and is carrying on. You'll be doing a lemon drizzle at the weekend? Not a bad idea. My tab just crashed. It's the first time I've seen that happen on YouTube. Let's hope nothing broke with that. Oh, you make your own marshmallows. Sounds absolutely divine. If you can summon up the energy to get a lemon, absolute vibes there, honestly. We've poisoned the benighted Spearow. There is a chance. We got through Spearow, let's go. Taking that as a win. I don't care if we beat Falconer now. We got through Birdkeeper Abe. I'm so proud of this tentacle. Gonna give it a berry as a reward. Come on, let's beat up Birdkeeper Rod. Honest Abe does not play unfair. The tent did good there. Let's try doing the same strats. Can we get through twice in a row? Yes, we can. Bloody hell. We are scamming our way through Falconer's Gym. It's all going to come crumbling down now, isn't it? Come on, oh no, we've got this. Nuzlocke, I barely know her. Oh, nuts. He's got Mud Slap. Rip. I think we're just prolonging the inevitable here. Thank you for the tackle, A Gamer's Tale. We are out of usable Pokemon. We have whited out, unfortunately. Got further than I thought, though. Not going to complain at that. Can we get a big round of applause for the tentacle there for getting much further than it admittedly deserved to get? And we're back to the choice, left, middle, or right. Now, those of you who saw the Christmas Day Giftlocke, you can probably now appreciate just how many retries I had, which is why I started recording it in September. We've got a middle from Georgia, we've got right and left. Claps a bit, that's probably all it's worth, really. Right is in the lead so far. I would do a poll, but I can't sync them between YouTube and Twitch, unfortunately. Right is definitely taking precedent over left or middle at the moment, so we will go for right. Anyone else not hearing anything? I hope that's just an issue for you. Can we just confirm that my dulcet tones are coming through before we get on with anything? Because the last thing I'd want is to be talking to the void. You can hear me? Thank you, Yokai. Marvellous. I'm glad it seems to just be you, unfortunately, Adrian. Maybe restart your tab or your app if you're watching on the smartphone kind of thing. And let us now check what we could have won. So we could have got a Porygon 2. That would have been great. Let's rewind because I forgot to save state. Oh, your speakers are unplugged. That'll do it. A Phanpy would have been less great. I'm doing very well, thank you. Oh, we still get the Phanpy. Dupes are allowed. How are you today, Malik? That is a much more important question. It's L the elephant. Double Fampi. Berry with tackle and growl. 12, 12, 10, 10, 9. Let's start again. We'll eventually get there. I forgot to swap the options, didn't I? Fast offset. I'm just going to be slightly cheeky here and have a look at what we get. Defense curl's our only move. At least it's cute. You're not wrong, Lord Cooler. I do like Fampi. Just don't think it's going to be great for getting through Falkner. If anyone's multi-tabbing, by the way, can you let me know if Kim's got her Nidoran yet? Very curious to see how her Shiny Hunting Purgatory's going. That is true, being level 9 against technically illegal Pidgeotto unless you go to Route 2. Oh, that is a very good point. 3 blue Pokemon in a row. It's a disaster. You're back at the beginning again. Let's get out triple berries. We do get an early evolution, providing we can get to the evolution. We get through Rival 1 at least. Very much our groundhogging our day. Our groundhog daying ourselves. Goodness me, I can't say that today. Name the rival triple question mark as we always do. And we're back on the road. Oh, bloody hell. Didn't mean to swap scenes then. We're back on the road to Falkner once more. If we go the correct way. Trying to multitask by swapping through tabs and it didn't quite work out. So you got a brief half second of a leaderboard there. Now I might need to take a break in just a couple of moments. Thank you for the 95 bits there, Alajango. Very much appreciated. And the alert worked. It didn't work the other day for Georgia. But yes, I might need to take a break in just a moment or two. The cat has come in. Probably wants feed, and those of you who have cats know that you have to work to their schedule. Oh, is that still loud? Let me try turning it down. Apologies if that was really loud over on Twitch. Shouldn't have come through on YouTube, that alert. Cats are awesome. Do completely agree there. However, they live to their own time schemes. Most cats are aloof. Bonkers, my cat, is probably the most highly strung cat I've ever had. That's exactly how it should work, Yokal. You should get the pop-up on YouTube, but you shouldn't get the alert sound. And it should be the same the other way around, so if somebody were to super chat or subscribe or join the HM Friends on YouTube, you should be able to see the alerts on both, but you won't hear the alert on the other site. I thought I had Seribot. To stop that kind of nonsense over on Switch, I have to reset it up. What nature is my cat? Definitely sassy. Slowly getting our way up to level 9 as well. I'll have to double check Seribot after stream. We've got Defense Curl, we've got pretty much everything we can do to get our way through Falconer. We'll run from that because that will murder us up. Murder us up? Murder us straight away. There do need to be more bug-type leaders. Completely agree there. My cat is a teeny tiny little black cat. I meant to put on a berry for this battle, but I'm distracted by the bot. Just about scraped through. I didn't choose to have the cat. The cat chose me. Came through the front window one day and never left. Nasty critical hit there from the Pidgey. Should hopefully survive this one. Unless we get super unlucky, which we didn't. So we'll go back and heal, we'll re-equip a berry, and we'll see if we can get through Falconer. Have a good work day, Daniel. Thank you for popping in. I'm sure I'll catch you sometime next week. Very good start there with a critical hit against the Pidgey. Over half health, 2/3 health actually, for the Pidgeotto. We're not doing much against that bird, are we? We have whited out once more. I'll tell you what. I am going to take a very quick break now. I'm going to put up a poll on both Twitch and YouTube, and the consensus will win for the next ball. So start a poll. Which ball? Poll is up on YouTube. Let's get it up on Switch as well. And now I am going to take a very, very quick 3-minute break. I will catch you all in 3 minutes' time, where we'll continue with more Giftlocke. And a very warm welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience there. We are now back for more Giftlocke. I do just need to end the poll on YouTube, and it's looking like middle has won on both. So, let us see what we could have won first of all. We could have had a Kakuna. That would have been bad. I think we can all agree on that. We could have had a Gloom. Again, would have been bad. What's in the middle? A Sandslash. We'll call it Andslash after Andrew the Sandshrew if he decides to evolve. So let's see how we get on. At least we're fully evolved for this one. Nice crit to start off with there. Once again, I forgot to change the options, didn't I, before doing the save state? It'll be absolutely fine. Defense Curl might come in clutch for Falkner. I shall fix the level cap in a moment. I really do need to turn those options the other way around. Because it makes sense to just mash through that section. Let's manually re-edit this bloody thing again. There we go, level cap of 9. Fortunately, with the way I've coded in the level cap, there's only one check, and that is your level cap higher than what we want to set it to? So I don't have to change multiple options. By the way, if you do want to play a Giftlocke yourself, it is available on my website, tradersquidgy.com. That and plenty more Pokemon Crystal hacks, as well as some yellow hacks, are available for you. The fact that we're against the Chikorita line is kind of daunting, but we will make do with it. At least he doesn't have Razor Leaf here. Hopefully we can get a Fire or Flying type. Or maybe even a Steel type. For Rival 2. We will get 2 extra Pokemon by then. So as long as we got something to beat up Chikorita, I'll be happy. Bug type would be fun. I'm getting a Discord ping. Who's that from? Managed to do that in my break, Harlequin Nova. Don't know why I full named you then. Managed to do that in the break, so it should now all be working hunky-dory again. Yeah, I've no idea why I full named you then, Harlequin. I have to say, this week, streaming both on YouTube and Twitch has been some of the most fun I've had streaming in a very, very long time. I've done it again. Trying to swap tabs to make sure that everything's still working on Switch. But doing control page down takes me to the leaderboard, apparently. It's always handy to have, just in case. Because it unlinked once, might unlink again. Shouldn't really be going against the Weedle, but if you knock it out in one, you don't really have to worry. I think Andrew's doing well. I've seen him in Kim's a couple of times recently. I know he's a very busy person, though, and we do stream at a time of day which isn't the most conducive to him popping in. String shot's absolutely fine on that Weedle. who will have seen the resistance to Poison Sting. What level are we? We're still 8. Need to battle just a couple of wilds. And the fact we haven't used our original berry yet probably puts us in very good stead for the Falconer battle. There we go. The ever-reliable Hoppip taking us up to level 9. Thank you for popping in, Harlequin. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm sure we'll catch up very soon. Let's now take on the gym for the umpteenth time today. Let's see if we can get our second success out of here. Shouldn't have any issues against the Pidgey line. Should have a lot in the defensive department. We do have very good stats for this early on in the challenge. A lot of it is going to depend on how risky we want to play Falconer. I think I'm going to Defense Curl once. I think any more than that would be overkill. I misclicked and did it twice. So let's hope that doesn't bite us in the bum. We're through Pidgey at least. Pidgeotto's not dealing much, but we're also not dealing much against the Pidgeotto. Berry's kicked in, we are through, thank goodness for that. We get the Zephyr badge once more. Our level cap will now go up to 16. We receive a Pokemon, what do we think it's going to be? That is the most important question. Let's find out. Ugh. There. It's this horrible thing. Could have been worse. Maybe not so much in the design department. It is a creepy boy. I mean, it's not a bad Pokemon. It's just a hideous one. Sorry to any Mr. Mime fans out there. Please do tell me if you are a Mr. Mime fan, why? Secondly, do you need help? Mr. Mime's actually fairly good for this part of the challenge, though, because we've got a lot of poison types coming up. And it is nice having a special attacker as well as a physical attacker. I never watched Detective Pikachu, but I think it does count. I reckon Mr. Mime knows how to use an abacus. That is true, it is still better looking than Rhyperior. Is that the one where you can see his fur? For lack of a better word. Had a call at work? I hope the call went well, Kanbei. No, even though I don't like Mr. Mime, we are going to train it up. Because it is a very decent Pokemon, unfortunately. I mean, look, it's one-shotting the Pidgey line. And it crits the Spearow. Now, if I know anything about Onix, it's that it has absolutely no special defense behind it. So we might as well knock out these hikers this time. We'll Candy Jar once we're through the other side of Union Cave. Although we're not going to be able to use this Pokemon against Bugsy. Because, of course, Bug is super effective against Psychic. And that Fury Cutter will hit like a truck. You attacked us quickly, Vulpix. How rude of you. Get the PlayStation Network Cure Berry to cure our PlayStation networks. Some repels, some super potions. I'll tell you what, now's a good time to candy. It is such a shame that we don't have a physical attack on our Mr. Mime at the moment. Because Meditate, we could survive a couple of Fury Cutters. And then we could have swept. I just go for my gut feeling about the Pokemon when I nickname in a Giftlocke. My gut feeling about Mr. Mime was clearly just, ew. Why do we want one of those? He can learn all three punches. Unfortunately, they're special in Gen 2. There is Swift in the cave, which we could go and get. You know what? Let's swap overlays ever so quickly. Double check if we can learn Swift. I didn't think we could. No, we can't learn Swift on Mr. Mime, so that, unfortunately, is no good. Don't need to heal. Just been healed by Kurt. We've got Meditate to increase our physical attack. And with how absolutely harmless Metapod is, we could have set up to +6 and swept. I do have a fairly risky idea for Mr. Mime. But it might not pay off. My thinking is, what if we set up substitute against the Metapod? We're holding a berry, so our HP will then get kicked up a little bit as well. That's a very good point that you'd think would work, Adrian. However, the way Fury Cutter's damage works, Defense Curl does not, or your increase in defense isn't calculated with that in mind. So Fury Cutter will still do huge damage even if you're +6 in defense. So we can't do +6 with Sandslash there, because it won't work with Fury Cutter because of the way Fury Cutter's damage is calculated. It's a bit of an anomaly, and it does mean the Bugsy fight is a lot harder than you think it would be if you're going in planning on setting up. I think substitute might be the play. Could be wrong. Gonna give it a go. We're holding a berry. Let's see how we get on. Now we switch into and slash. Perfect, it missed. Predicting the harden here. Because then we can go for confusion, we're through. Hive badge has been acquired. That means we get another Pokemon, just in time for Rival 2. What are we going to get? I am going to take a very quick sip of drink while we find out what we are going to get for our next mon. And we are at our personal best for today on the Giftlocke. So whatever happens now, we can hold our heads high. We received a Pokemon. Oh, fuck. Not allowed to swear. I am not allowed to swear. I did monkey's paw this by asking for a flying type. For goodness sakes. We're just going to get up to 20 straight away. Good luck, we'll need it. As we go into Rival 2. Swearing is allowed on Twitch, yeah. Absolutely no issue with that. Never mind, we've won. We've got ooh and erg. Apologies for the slight flashing there. The YouTube people have a goal to let me swear. But I will do my best to be restrained. Unless we hit that goal. Then it's all gonna bloody come out. Yep, rival who? Went a lot smoother than I thought. Mr. Mime, unfortunately, is a very decent Pokemon, especially early on in game. I need to be back in just a moment. The cat wants out now. There we go, cat's gone out. We're all good to go again now. Apologies about that. Cat can bloody wait until the next break before coming back in now. Now, even though we're not going to gain any experience points, I still do want to get some stat experience. And the daycare is closed in this one, so there's no chance of breeding Pokemon either. Air fried chips are generally amazing anyway, Gemma. But I'm glad your ones are very tasty. I could go for some chips, actually. I'm going to wait until bloody Monday for my chippy tea. There we go. Urg got a battle won. Can't complain at that. And now that we've got the coin case, we can get ourselves the Rentalabra. We'll go and grab the bike. Now we can move in double quick time as well. Let's move that bike there. We probably actually want to move the candy box up to the tippy top as well. Now, for once, we don't actually mind if Kim roars here. Because we can use multiple Pokémon. Wasn't an intentional Lancashire Hot Pots reference, but if it was one, I'm happy about that. Probably should have picked up Headbutt, thinking about it. We'll go and grab Headbutt after we've done all the bits here. There we go, we're through Psychic Mark. Not going to take on Schoolboy Alan there. I think he might be a little bit dangerous. Got to remember how to teleport back now. Sandslash probably does get rollout, but I'm not a fan of rollout. I think it's a very overhyped move. Especially in a Nuzlocke situation where you don't want to lock yourself in. You need that ability to pivot out. We use another repel here. Had a little chat to the green-haired man staring at the tree. I think Substitute's done all it can do for now. I'm thinking Barrier against Clefairy. And then try and use as many Meditates as possible, get our attack massively high. We'll hold the Quickie C as well, just to be doubly sure. Not too sure on Mr. Mime's speed stat. I could find out by swapping to the challenge run overlay, but that seems a little bit cheaty to me. Right, here we go. Gym number 3. It's time for Whitney. Of course it had to get Psych up. And Dynamic Punch. Oh dear. This is going badly. And we're asleep. And it's belly drummed. Wake up, Mr. Mime. For God's sake, there goes that strat. And we get clamped. And surf. What horrific luck we just had there. Genuinely, I'm speechless. Welcome in 9 Online. I've always said it, haven't I? It's not the Clefairy. It's not the Miltank we need to worry about. It is the Clefairy. That was effing ridiculous, Kanbei. Jeez Louise. You know what? It's not often I get tilted, but I'm a little bit miffed, to say the least, about that. That Clefairy was unhinged. You're not wrong. I think I might actually need to take a little break there to process what just happened at that Clefairy. Psych up, belly drum, clamp, surf. It's Whitney's turn to make us cry. She's getting her revenge. I'll be back in 3. I'm not going to run adverts, so I will just be back in 3 minutes' time. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for your patience there. I think it's time for revenge. The dynamic punch hitting definitely did seal the fate there. That and the long sleep from Sing. But we go again. Left, middle, or right. That is our choice. We have no idea what Pokemon is in each ball. We will find out what's in each ball. But only one of them will be our partner Pokemon. Adrian's saying left. We've got 9 online saying left as well. Everyone's going left, so we'll start right, see what we could have won. A Poliwhirl would have been good. A Meowth also could have been fairly good. A Vileplume. Interesting. We're on the wrong overlay, there we go. Vileplume could be good, you know. Gotta get through Falkner. But it's not a bad Pokemon. Definitely not a bad Pokemon. So that is who we shall be running with. Now, just before we get into this challenge, if you are on YouTube, please do make sure to leave a like for this stream. It does help push it to more people. If you do want to play along with me and do your own Giftlocke, it's available on the website in the description, tradersquidgy.com. And, of course, we've got more streams coming up next week. I'm going to call it Stinky because I'm that mature. So on Monday next week at 2 PM British summertime, so that is going to be an hour later for anybody in the US, we are doing Mega Aerodactyl in Pokemon Crystal. We've got Azumarill in Yellow on Wednesday, and then we've got more Nuzlocke Fridays on Friday next week as well. So we've got a Berry, Absorb, Sweet Scent, Stun Spore and Petal Dance, 13, 14, 15, 14, 10. Let's go. They're the only moves we're going to get via level up, unfortunately. I don't think there's a good Grass-type TM for quite some time. Can't really knock out Caterpie, unfortunately. Or Pidgey. I reckon Stun Spore and Brute Force might be the way to go for Falconer. We will have a Bitterberry by then, so we can risk Petal Dance. Because we get the Bitterberry just east of Violet City. Clothes in the washer sounds like a good idea. I'm waiting until after the rain this weekend, then I'm going to be doing loads of washing myself. Oh, I need to add the time changer into the Giftlocke patch. Because I was going to change the time so that we could beat up Poliwag. Kind of locked now. We're just going to have to hope that we can brute force our way through Rival 1. Oh yeah, we can. Scyther does quad resist Petal Dance, but by then we will have 2 Pokemon at least. So if we could get a Fire, not a Flying and Ice type combination, please. We definitely don't want one of those. So really we're just hoping a Rock type would be nice, actually. Articuno's not that great early game. I'd want an Articuno later on. I think the best play for this one is to Bum Rush Dark Cave. Because that will give us both a lot of defensive stat experience from Geodude, and it should be one-shots. Having said that, I think we're medium slow. So we might not even need to Bum Rush Dark Cave. Articuno does start with Powder Snow, which is only base 40, isn't it? And we'd be quad weak to Whitney. Just going to have to very slowly drink this Pidgey. We'll drink the rat as well. Grow up to level 8. We'll beat up a couple of Geodude in Dark Cave. Won't bother with Birdkeeper, Bugcatcher. Forgotten his name. That one there. Hopefully we get the Geodudes fairly quickly. A level 4's not bad. There we go. Oddish, you witnessed possibly the worst luck. You missed, should I say, possibly the worst luck we have ever had at Whitney. Genuinely shocking how badly that went. We tried doing, with Mr. Mime, we tried doing Meditate and Barrier. And welcome in 9 Online to YouTube as well. We tried doing Meditate and Barrier. She got Dynamic Punch, she got Belly Drum, she got Surf against our Sand Slash, Clamp against our Sand Slash. She sang and we fell asleep. There was probably more as well. But they're just the big bits that I can remember off the top of my head. She did land Dynamic Punch. It chose Claviolence, you're not wrong. That did a lot more damage than I thought Spearow was going to do. She did bring in a lead pipe and break our shins. You're not wrong, Deadpool. She's like, I heard your tentacle it janked its way through 2 bird keepers, so we're going to take revenge. It's a shame we can't get acid. Help the runs go better, wouldn't it? I don't have faith here. But we'll give it a go. No. Let's re-randomize. And we go for left, right, or middle once more. Ice or electric would be great. Kanbei's going left. Adrian's saying middle. A lot of people saying left. So I think we're going to go left. Let's see what we could have won. Grimer. Nidoran male. Kim, I hope you're seeing that on my screen. It's not shiny, but still. And a Stantler. Let's see how we get on with Stantler. That one does actually evolve into Nidorino, unlike that fake Ursaluna. Stantler's not bad. It's a shame it's got the lower portion of the attack DV. We got beat up by Falkner. Stunspore didn't cooperate. Stab Tackle's nice. 95% accuracy isn't so nice. I'm just going to double check if we get any moves before level 9. We get Leah and that's it. It's not the best early game. Especially because we can't over-level. I'd like to at least see Ecruteak City today. We've probably got another 4 or 5 restarts. If things do go wrong on this one. And at least we're getting to learn the early game very well. Such is the fun of a Gen 2 Nuzlocke. A lot of the time you do get walled by Falkner. That is true. We did have an air of overconfidence about us at the beginning of stream. Soon got cut down to size, didn't we? Of course, Stantler is in the slow experience group. Was it on one of our last Giftlocks where we got Wobbuffet to do something decent? I think it was against... was it Wobbuffet or was it Unknown? Against Morty. We managed to get it doing something decent, and it was the shock of the stream. On the upside, at least Hoppip can do nothing against us. It's going to be a bit of a slog getting up to level 9. We'll get there, just slowly but surely. Honestly, at this point, I'd take a milk tank. I remember the stream when Clefairy used self-destruct as well. It was definitely an experience, wasn't it? I think it was on my third ever challenge run where Whitney used self-destructs against me. It was on the Seal challenge run. Almost 3 years ago now. Still scarred me. Pain's still raw from that one. Oh dear, learned Leah. Gonna play it safe. We'll take a heal and then we'll try and get a couple more levels. I reckon we should be fine. At least popping our head in Sprout Tower for these levels. Yeah, we one-shot these Bellsprout as long as we hit with tackle. Oh, it's a range the entire time, goodness me. But we will say ciao for now to Sage Chow. Got ourselves up to level 9. See a Rattata for no good reason. Let's get out of here. Let's try our luck against Falkner once more. Not a great start there against Birdkeeper Abe. Going without the berry for the Pidgey here. Should be fine. We'll do the Falkner special. Come on, dear, you can do it. Three shot on Pidgey. Out comes Pidgeotto. It's looking like a 4 or 5 shot. Tackle hit every time. Thank goodness for that. Zephyr Badge acquired. And that means we get Pokemon number 2. Who's it going to be? Falkner doesn't half waffle, does he? Kanbei! Gemma Barnes, thank you so much for the £1 super chat. What is it with all you wonderful viewers having premonitions about what we're getting today? It is a normal type Nuzlocke. We're back to where we were, how long? About an hour and 20 minutes ago. So now we've got ourselves a cow, we've got ourselves a deer. Just need a chicken. Alajango, thank you for the £1 super chat as well. That means we have reached our goal, and I can fucking swear. I tell you what, after that last fucking Whitney battle, definitely need it. Ah, shite. I've got to be honest, my focus kind of got broken by that absolute bullshitese Whitney battle. Thank you, Seth, for the $5 super chat. Time to milk the gyms for their badges. Hopefully we will. It is the farm lock. That would actually be a really fun Nuzlocke idea. I might steal that. If we can come up with a consensus for the farmy Pokemon, I'd totally do a farm lock. Now, one thing you need to know about Miltank is she is fucking quick. So having Stomp is a little bit overpowered. We'll be getting Headbutt when we get through the other side of the forest. E-I-E-I-O, no. Talking to Blaziken, I have backported it into Gen 2 now. Cows, chickens, pigs, sheep, dogs, probably ducks as well. Rats, cats, other domesticated animals. Miltank and Tauros would be the obvious choices. It's a shame I don't do face cam because I could have dressed up as a farmer as well. But A, there's no room in the overlay. B, there's no room in the overlay. C, there's no room in the overlay. D, I don't want to show my face because it'll make you all turn off. And E, there's no room in the overlay. We'd have to have Mareep as our starter, wouldn't we? Because it's not available in the wild. Oh, fucking hell. I forgot the pig in repel again. Let's go back up. Beat up some rats on the way. I don't think I own any clothes that are even remotely close to farmer-like. Honestly. Tauros is west of Ecruteak in Crystal. Can't run, so we'll just beat up these Geodude. I don't think I own a pair of jeans anymore. My arse got too big for my last pair, so I gave up on them. Wear a chicken costume. Then I can tell you all to fuck off. Moo is too good. Miltank genuinely is one of the best Pokemon you can start off with. Especially if you give a Mud Slap. Don't really need to do that shop in the gift locks, but I keep in the habit of doing it so I don't mess it up then when we go back to the challenge runs. I would not be mad at a Porygon 2. That was one of my all-time favourite challenge runs, Porygon 2. I think the only issue we've potentially got at the moment is rival number 2's Ghastly. Yep, forever at the top of just the battles. I enjoyed its challenge run as well, where we started as Porygon, because that meant we got Sharpen, which is a completely busted move in Gen 2. Time for Bug Catcher Benny. One-shotting Kakuna's very satisfying. Flinching Beedrill's even more satisfying than that. Right, Bugsy, I'm going in with all the confidence in the world. Fuck me over somehow, I know you will. String Shot is actually the worst thing he could have done there, because we rely on outspeeding the Scyther. Or we can just beat it up anyway and take his lunch money. Hive Badge acquired. TM49 Fury Cutter. Level cap's gone up. Let's see what we get. What do we think? Kanbei thinks Porygon 2. Magikarp, we'd be able to evolve it now, so it wouldn't be the worst in the world. Houndour, that would be a nice callback to earlier on in the week. A Machop. Honestly, for Whitney, not a bad Pokemon. So we've got Big Sue the Machop. It's a shame this Miltank isn't scrappy. Because that would have made Rival 2 very, very easy. As it stands, though, we will be able to evolve, yeah, into Machamp. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think we're stuck. I genuinely think we're stuck now. This could be quite a big wait. We've got to get through all of our PP, because we need to stall into struggle. So, how's your day been? Hope it's going better than this. Could be here a while. Didn't really have anything to prepare for filling the time with this. Let's have a look and see how Kim's doing. She got her shiny Nidoran yet? No. Foresight's above level 20. Right, we're out of that. We'll get there eventually. Ghastly's already at struggle. You never know, it might knock itself out before we knock it out. Although we are perpetually sending it to sleep. Struggle missed. There we go. Oh, through that purgatory. Can make progress again now. We're allowed to play the video game once more. Aren't we the lucky ones? It was a bit wild, wasn't it? Get ourselves the scythe so we can chop down this tree. He walked in on us getting spited by Ghastly, so he had to struggle strats. Because that's just how well the game is treating us today. We'll beat up Gina just in case we need a leaf stone later. Show us your duck, Todd, as Snowy would say. Few bits we need to do here in Goldenrod. First is beat up a couple of Slowpoke. We'll get ourselves the Rentalabra. We'll get the bike. We'll do that whole cutscene up north. And then we'll move on. If you are new to the Giftlocks, just to let you know, there are Pokemon that... Or not Pokemon, let's try that again. There are items that replace the field moves so that you don't get soft-locked in the game. So the Rentalabra is a replacement for catching or buying an Abra at the game corner. And it will work exactly the same as Teleport. So we've already seen the scythe, we've got the Lantern for Flash. We've got all these different items to help us through the game. So we don't have to worry about getting stuck. Grab the Quickie C. The escape rope has become a key item as well. But I think that's at the tippy top of Sprout Tower. And we haven't been there yet. Don't think we need that berry, actually. We're quick. We've got high physical attack. Hopefully we can make some magic against these, which we can. Not going to beat up that Tangler, though, because it's got ludicrous physical defense. And it can status us. And we've seen just how bad our status luck has been today. Trying to figure out, as we beat up last carry here, whether it's worth putting a headbutt on our cow. Reckon it is because it is a renewable TM. And honestly, I doubt we're ever going to use Milk Drink. This is not my kind of move. Thank goodness that metronome only metronome tackle. Didn't flinch, but we got through Whitney. We get to see a critique. Hallelujah. And of course, we get our 4th Pokemon. Who do we think it will be this time? Magby Miltank again. We can get duplicates, so it is possible. Now it's time for Porygon 2. Houndour, let's find out. Oh, bloody hell, that's good. Crobat. Terrible learn set on it, but it's a good Pokemon. I'm just going to scam ever so slightly again and just check what we get. Wing attack at 30, that's pretty good. Haze could be useful later on. Rest of it, though, we're going to have to look at maybe doing some TM strats. Don't want to use a repel. We're going to use our candy box. Yeah, of course it does learn Sludge Bomb. Definitely not something they missed out in Gen 2. Don't really like using Focus Energy. We get Stomp on Stantler as well, so we've now got 2 fairly quick Pokemon with Stab Stomp, and we're going to give it Headbutt as well. Welcome in, Peach. I am still live here on Nuzlocke Friday. We're finally through Whitney for the first time today. I was going to buy Headbutt, wasn't I? Doy. We get Return very early there. We might even see a critique. I want another one, actually. We're going to be maining Headbutt. That Whitney battle earlier was something else. We didn't even get to the Miltank properly. Her metronome was... It was a work of art as far as Whitney was concerned. It was terrible for us. Normal types are good in a Nuzlocke. Didn't mean to get Juggler Irwind here, but we'll deal with him. Normal is one of the strongest types in Johto in general. Oh, piss. Didn't mean to do School by Alan here. There's the one-turn sleep when we don't need it. Oh, we didn't get the fucking squirt bottle. It's twice this week I've forgotten to speak to this eavesdropping bitch. There we go. We have a non-PG today, you're not wrong there, Peach. We get the big hammer. Don't you dare send me to sleep, Drowsy. Thank you. Ether? I barely know her. There's a Ledian. We never get to see Ledian. Mostly because it's shit. Time to beat up some kimono girls with their evolutions. I'll probably take a very quick break to let the cat in after Morty. That and I need another couple of mini rolls to sustain me. Getting hungry again. I fucking love Miltank. Genuinely one of the best Pokemon to run through Johto. Was thinking about doing a scrappy Miltank. Because our big roadblock with Miltank is this gym here. But if we can just beat it up with Headbutt, then we're pretty much on easy street. Big Sue's going to have to go up front here. I can never remember whether Foresight just identifies the enemy or if it's the other way around. So we'll want to dig here, although it did swear at us. Fucking hell. Then we just get to headbutting. Oh, piss. Not a single flinch from headbutt, you'll have noticed there. But dig did come in clutch for what we needed it to do. Jesus Christ, Kanbei, that is a scary emote. Thank you for the 30 bits and gigantifying the emote. Not sure why the alert's not played there. I'm assuming it's because it's a Twitch inbuilt thing. Over on the Twitch chat, Kanbei has sent a fucking massive Chansey in a bin emote. Curse could be fucking us over here, actually. Oh, no. We've lost Big Sue. That was our only real way through there. It's the trouble with two-turn moves. I'm sorry, Big Sue. You've got to go into the box. Short but sweet for Big Sue there. Means we've got to go for backup strats on Miltank. Which aren't great, but we should still be able to do something. At the very least. We don't have the best special attack in the world. Police Surf's 95 power. We'll go and grab the mint berry. Try and give us the best chance of getting through Morty. This is the one place, well, this and the next gym are the two places where normal type show their weaknesses in Gen 2. One of these takes us back to Ecruteak. There we go. I think we're better off with the higher damage output of Surf than trying to bullshit our way through with something like Ice Punch. I mean, option B is we go and get Rollout. And just hope for the best. We'll go and grab the TM for Rollout at the very least. Trouble with the Rollout is, well, I suppose we're guaranteed to get cursed anyway. So we could try curling out and hoping for the best. Might be the play, you know. I was shit-talking Rollout earlier, but desperate times call for desperate measures. We'll get rid of Mudslap. It's beyond its usable life anyway. Where's the mint berry? We'll give that to Moo. We'll fall through the floor. Right. Not feeling confident, but we'll give it a go. If Curl Out hits every time, we're good. If we miss, we're pretty much fucked. Okay, I don't think we're fucked. There's the miss. But we get through. Thank God for that. Fog Badge acquired. Level 50 Pokemon will now obey us. And we get another Pokemon. Please be something super effective against either Jazz or Chuck. Oh, for fuck's sake. An Omoshite. It's weak to Jazz's electric types, and it's weak to Chuck's fucking fighting types. Oh, we get Wing Attack, never mind, we're all good. Crisis averted. No, I said I was going to take a break. We'll get up to Chuck. We'll do Chuck and then I'll take a break. I think our last break was a little bit sooner ago than I thought. Fucking meow through the grass now. Honestly, with how shockingly bad Magnemite's special defense is, we can get away with Surf on Omoshite. If we teach it anyway. That's the point. Does Omanyte technically have hands for Ice Punch? No. No, it doesn't. So yeah, we'll take a quick break after we have beaten up Chuck. Hopefully. Up the lighthouse we go. Bit of lighthouse keeping. Are you Mr. Noctowl Man? You are Mr. Noctowl Man. Wooper's the exception there, isn't it? Doesn't need hands to punch, it just talks smack about you and goes. It makes you get punched metaphorically. It's a Marill, a Pokemon I would love to be running at the moment. We'll be seeing that on Wednesday next week, actually, on Pokemon Yellow, where we're running Marill's backport. Super Repel. Jazz going, can you get me some drugs, please? And we will oblige. We don't have Dig anymore, so we're going to have to take the Walk of Shame out here. I think because Ghastly's a ghost, it can probably just apparate hands if it needs them. Let's get those Super Stinkies up to top spot now. Didn't get Swimmer K-lead. If we had the Clock Changer, I'd have picked up the Sharp Beak for Crobat, but we don't have the Clock Changer in this one yet. I'll code that in over the weekend. Right, we should quad resist the flying type here, the fighting type here, so if you use the right move, you don't get fucked over. Let's put Wing Attack up at top spot. That's one down. Number 2. We outspeed, we one-shot, no surprise there. Taking a safety heal just because it's habit at this point. Let's go for number 3. Try and get a clean sweep of this gym. Knob's gone. Oh, fuck. We didn't pick up strength from the cafe. We could get Swimmer K-lead on our way back. We did not. Now we can move these. Welcome back, Seth. We do have a Lord Helix. Absolutely useless for this gym, but could come into his own later. This is possibly overconfidence, but I'm not even going to bother giving an item for this battle. Goodbye, Primate. Hello, Poliwrath. Goodbye, Poliwrath. Chuck got fuck there. Storm Badge acquired. And we get another Pokemon. What are we going to get? We'll find out after the break. I'll see you all in 3 minutes' time. Thank you so much for your patience there. The cat was being a bit of a dick coming back in, but we are all ready to go now. Let's find out what our next Pokemon is. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't like Togepi. It's one of my least favourite Pokemon. Yep, Togeprick. Alright, so I suppose we should beat up a red Gyarados. It did give us the egg. Been talking about eggs a lot. And we got one. Let's get Fly from Chuck's wife. We'll get the air balloon as well. We'll move that up to there. Fly to Ecruteak. We'll do the heal in Ecruteak. Then it's off to Mahogany Town, where I think we're going to lead with our Moo again, because she's our best Pokemon by far. I could code that in Kanbei. I'll be working on the Giftlocke patch tonight anyway to change a couple of bits about. So if I remember, I will do the 1 in 8192 for the Gyarados. Yep, level cap only goes up by 1 here. Incredibly generous. There we go. Red scale acquired. We get to do the second rocket section for the first time today. Might have been better if we'd have taken the L. And now we get to beat up all these underleveled Pokemon that mean absolutely nothing to our progression. We don't really have anything great for this for this Magnemite coming up, do we? What's our speed like? Shockingly bad. It is stat experience, but it's not particularly good stat experience. Just gotta cheese our way through this bit. Which we have done, that's fine. We can move on with our lives. Knowing that we don't have to face another Magnemite until Jazz. However, we do have to face a Venatwat. Get rid of the pair of those. Oh no, we don't want to battle you. Not because you're dangerous, just because you're a waste of time and energy. We do however, have to battle Mrs. Ekans lady here. She's got an Ekans and a Gloom because she doesn't know how to team build. And we get the Slowpoke tail password. You. I think you've got a password for us. As much as it pains me to knock out one of my favourite Pokemon, we do have to get that. We'll get the protein there. Possibly pump our Togepi full of drugs at some point, try and make it happy enough to evolve. I dread to think what she does with that Ekans at home. I reckon she probably tries to imitate Steps' 5, 6, 7, 8 video and use it as a lasso. It is still treated a HM, unfortunately, so we are stuck with Surf until Blackthorn on our Miltank. Can you tell I never walk back? I was dig out, but we've lost our Digmon. We're not on the clock, so we will take another heal. And now it's time for supposed rocket admins. Oh, we can get the escape rope. We've just not done Sprout Tower yet. I'm very glad I managed to get 5, 6, 7, 8 in your head, Kanbei. I feel like that was a total success. Electrode played fair today. We get the big bath plug from Lance. That means we can cross any whirlpools that's come across our path. And now we're just going to continue doing what we've been doing for the last half an hour or so. We're going to headbutt with the cow. I also remember their cover of Tragedy, but that's not the lyrics we had. It was agony if you need a poo and when you need a poo and it can't get through. It's agony. Don't attack us with furries, pile of swine. Glacier badge acquired. No shock about that. Oh! Skipped through. Got another fucking Delibird. We don't want Delibird. No still hates us, so it's not going to evolve. Omashite hasn't evolved yet, either. Oh dear's got nothing. Neither has Eek. I'm going to be slightly cheesy here. I'm going to see if we've got any hidden power types that are useful. Hidden power Steel, that's shite really, innit? Hidden power Dragon. Hidden power Bug, that can bugger off. Hidden power Grass, pain in the arse. We've already done that one. Hidden power Ghost. Can't even read what that hidden power is. Oh, hidden power Ground. I need to put the hidden power checker in from the Nuzlocke into this. There's a load of stuff I need to update on the Giftlocke. I think we're just going to have to run with shite and hope that we don't get fucked over too much. Before we do Jazz, I am going to get Sprout Tower done. If I go to the right city. That's not Sprout Tower. That's Falconer's Gym. We've been there enough today. Of course, we did half a Sprout Tower before. Right at the very beginning of stream. Or right at the very beginning of this particular attempt. Do you remember that? It feels like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it? I don't know where I put the escape rope in this. That's good to know. I thought it was up here. Feels like 3 years ago. Where the fuck did I put the escape rope in this Giftlocke? It's been too long. Did the sage give it to us? No. I'd probably put it somewhere sensible. But that somewhere sensible is far too sensible for my brain to think of now. Let's get ourselves over to Olivine. We don't really need to dig out of many places. The lantern's going to come in handy for Rock Tunnel and Mount Silver. Because we're not going to need to go in the Whirlies today. Yep, Jazz, there's your drugs. Break our ankles instead of doing property damage leaving this place. Change my mind. Going to Cherry Grove. If we've got to scam, we will scam as best we can. Now we're off to Olivine. Right, Jazz, do your worst. And by that I mean please don't fuck us over too hard. Critical hit outspeed one shot, very nice. Yeah, we're fine. Thank you, Jazz. We are going to need to make space for our next Pokemon after all that. So we'll box Delibird. No, actually, we'll box Togepi because it's at the bottom of the party. Now we get to see what our next Pokemon is. Oh. Oh dear. Right, okay. Slight issue. I fucked up the coding ever so slightly here. Might need to do some emergency coding on the fly here. olivinegym.asm. Yeah, I see what I've done. Should only take a couple of moments to fix. Just need to remake this. Because we do want to get our next Pokemon. Would be nice. Yes, we absolutely did break it there, unfortunately. It is still more interesting than the rocket section we've got coming up. Just waiting for it to make now, and then we should be able to do a very cheeky swap. And then hopefully we'll be able to get our next Pokemon. At least that's the plan. I'm getting a bunch of warnings when I'm trying to make this. Oh, it has actually made, though, which is better than I thought it would. Let's see if coding on the fly works. There we go. We received a Pokemon. It's all working. It's not completely janky here, honest. What do we think we're going to get after all that bullshit? Hopefully something good. Yes, yes it is good. Oh, a text box slightly fucked up, but we'll deal with that. It just means I didn't have an open text where we needed an open text. Do we have an ice move on you? No, we don't. Do we get an ice move on you? Hopefully. We'll get everyone up to 40. Oh, Ice Beam, yes, please. Lapras, I love you. We could probably just solo this with Lapras and Miltank now, honestly. I appreciate that's not soloing, that's duoing. But you get what I mean. That is the beauty of the Giftlocke. You can be given shite and shite and shite, and then suddenly you get something that just brightens your day. And I think this might be our first evolution of the day as well. Our Oma Shite is now an Oma Scar. Yep, those of you that had technical issue on your bingo card, well done. Can cross that off. Let's get ourselves through the ice path now. Then we'll do the rockets. Oh god, it's blam blam blam. I don't like that Pokemon. Lickitung. The Funnylingus Pokemon. I was thinking about doing some Gold and Silver Challenge runs as well, but then I realised that Ice Path has quite possibly the worst movement puzzle there at the beginning, which I can never memorise compared to the Crystal one. I think I'm 3 for 3 on that boulder so far this week. Not doing too badly on that one. Although that movement was shocking. There we go. There was a website, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was Pokemopolis, Kanbei, that said Pokemon was dodgy, not dirty. And the amount of little screen grabs they had, excuse me, from the anime, of all the kind of dodgy things that go on in the Pokemon world. It was quite fun. Let's get ourselves some max stinkies there. Moo can finally forget Surf as well. We'll give her Shadow Ball. Now I think we've procrastinated just long enough. We'll do the rocket section. See how we get on. Now it might be overconfidence, but I'm fairly certain we'll be getting through to the Pokémon League now. And could you lovely people please remind me that I can level up after each league member, because that has fucked us over so many times. The level cap does increase in between each league member. I just always forget that it does. It's a big if I beat the challenge, Malik. Definitely not when. No, I'd rather have Confuse Ray over Mist. I'd rather have Surf over Confuse Ray, and I'd rather have Mist over Confuse Ray as well. That's what I was trying to spit out there. Seems kind of counterintuitive, doesn't it, going for a water type against Magnemite, but Surf is just that good. Honestly, I think the champion of today's stream so far has been Whitney. She played a fucking blinder with her metronome luck. Oh no. Crashing's always terrible, but when you lose that much progress... We hit our goal, Malik, to use the F word today. There was a super chat goal to allow me to swear, which is, I think, what we'll do on most Nuzlocke streams. Honestly, very fair, Kanbei. It's hard enough to have it in you to do the rockets once. Let alone redoing them because of bullshitties crashing. Fucking hell, Kanbei. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Stream Elements, don't get ideas above your station. I've got people to congratulate. Jesus. Well done to Trevor Jones, Nev G, JR Glenn, Hydro Crawdon, brilliant name, Peachleaf, Sora Donald Goofy, RJ the Poets, Phoenix Fire, Christian Man Reviews, and Cody for your gifted memberships. If you are in chat and you're lurking, please do break your lurk to say thank you to Kanbei. That was very kind of him. Didn't have to do that. Because now you get all your wonderful emotes and you get a green name in the chat for the next month. So big congratulations to all 10 of you there who got your gifted memberships. And my tabs crashed again. There we go. It's Body Slammer Sneaselins next week. Do not flinch as you bitch. Rival 4 was Rival Poor. No, why are we putting that up there? That's what we want up there. Nearly turned himself into a rival whore. But we won the rival score. Now we've got more rockets as a reward. Oh, you twat. For all the moves, poison gas. Gonna antidote in front of your face just to virtually middle finger you. Harden's fine. Harden, we don't have to go in the bag to resolve. We do need a PlayStation Network here. We use the Scamtidote instead. Eddie's over the top there. How many headbutts we got left? 2. 1 for each gloom. Then we'll swap into Stantler because we've not seen Stantler since Gym 1. No, actually, we saw it at Rival 2, didn't we? It is nice not getting dark until late now. And of course, our clocks go forward on Saturday night here in Europe. I'd love for Claire to give a horsey. You bellend. I mean, you didn't knock us out, but dick move, mate. Under the hood, the gym leaders actually give their ace Pokemon. It just then get randomized further afterwards. So Claire technically gives a Kingdra. It then just gets randomized into something else before you get your grubby mitts on it. Last part of the rocket section. Almost there. Leading with Lapras mostly for this twat here. Oh, don't confuse me, you bell end. I mean, we technically are the biggest mass murderers in Johto at the moment. The one thing Lapras doesn't have is speed, which is a bit of an issue at the moment. Why am I using the wrong move? Should be Ice Beaming here. At least we can clear some bag space. There we go. Right, final rocket. Three one-shots? Yeah, 3 one-shots. Nice. Clear bell that we're never going to use. Where's that Quickie C, actually? Give that to Lapras. I'm really not a fan of WhatsApp. I don't know why either. At least now I've got a reason not to like it, I suppose. Over to Blackthorn we go. We'll do a heal here. Tell you what, we'll stick our Pokeviagra in Ice Beam now, if we can find it. I wouldn't have so much of a problem with AI if it didn't make everything so much worse when you're trying to troubleshoot. Because a lot of the time when I'm doing coding, I do have to Google things. And it's like, I don't want an AI summary, I just want an answer. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do to unfuck the thing I fucked up. I do think AI possibly has its place in the world. But I think in its current state, that is not it. Have a wonderful nap, Alajango. Thank you for popping in today. The good thing to come out of AI is I think AI slop is a fantastic term. And don't tell Snowy, but we're unironically using Carbos here. Hopefully that will be enough for us to outspeed Claire's Dragonair. Otherwise we're going to be a little bit up shit creek without a paddle. See, I think some kind of reinforcement training for AI to play Pokemon Crystal would be a very interesting concept. Because that's not generative AI then. That's teaching your own AI model. And I have looked into it, but my brain went, there's no way in hell you're understanding any of this. And that's as far as I got. There we go, Claire was easy. Completely agree with what you said about Lapras. It is ridiculously strong in early gens. Water and Ice is a fantastic type combination. We are going to find out what our next Pokemon is in just a matter of a couple of moments' time. Would be fun if Claire gave us a dragon. Now, I can't quite remember where Claire gives us the Pokemon. Get TM24. Here it is. We've received a Pokemon. What are we going to get? Hopefully something half decent. If it's another Delibird, I might just cry. Spinarak, Jigglypuff. All very interesting Pokemon. Ditto would be very fun. Close enough, Peach. Close enough. It's Jigglypuff but big. It does count as a prediction. It's got shit all in terms of moves, but it's got a bit of bulk behind it. Now, to give us the best chance of getting through the league, I am going to take a break after Rival 5. Just so that I can frame myself and prepare for the league mentally. Because I don't want to make any colossal fuck-ups. Got to get there first, though. We've been very good with the premonitions and predictions today. There's the ladder, by the way, to climb the waterfalls. Get everyone up to 42 at the same time. And because we can't get any more trainer experience, we'll just bypass all these trainers. Go straight to Rival 5. Of course we get Joist. Only mandatory we've got is Big Beth after this, I believe. Not even risking getting in his line of sight today. Oh, we're not wearing a repel this entire goddamn time. Stick on a super now. There we go. Moves a little bit more stacked. We're actually going to lead with Moo. Because Moo has speed on her side. Nice crit there. Earthquake's full-time super effective. Will Earthquake the Haunter. Shadow Ball the Kadabra into next week. Critical hit on Water Gun still does next to nothing. Rival 5, no issues at all. With that, we're at the Pokémon League. So no, we don't want to go home. We're going to heal up. I'm going to get as many healing items as we can. Which isn't a lot at the moment, but we can hopefully sell some stuff. going to sell the vitamins today. Hopefully that will be enough for us to get through. And now I'm going to take a very quick 3-minute break before going into the league, just so that I'm mentally prepared, because we all know how badly I can fuck this up. I'll see you all in 3 minutes' time. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there, and thank you, Comrade Oddball, for the follow over on Twitch. We are good to go with the Pokémon League. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see if we've got a Bitterberry. We do. I'm going to give that to Miltank, and we're going to lead with Miltank, hoping that Xatu goes for Confuse Ray. Going to double check that we have got everybody up to level 42. We have. There's no time like the present. This is Will. So that's big threat 1 gone. Jinx, critical hit, she's out of here. I don't think this Executor has a grass type move. That's fine, we're going for special moves from now on. Ice Beam knocks it out in 1. Although we do have the issue of the Slowbro. Kind of forgot about that. And our Spadef drop, but the Reflect faded. Ouch, that hurts like a truck. We crit back, it swears at us, that's fine. Shadow Ball does a lot. Confuse Ray's not great. We're going to risk it. We hit ourselves. Psychic hits us. We're going to have to swap. Into Oh dear. Psychic hits hard. Headbutt. He's healing. We're confused again. We're so close. Oh! That was a little bit closer than I would have liked, but we get there. Yes, we can level up. You know what? I'm going to sack rollout. I think it makes sense to lead with Crobat against Koga. Because he's going to lead with a bug type, isn't he? So that should be a simple one-shot. This should also be another one-shot. Fortress third. It's going to be neutral. That did not do much. And he has used spikes, which isn't great. Confuse it and hope for the best. He didn't go boom, that's fine. Didn't mean to swap into shite there. Ouch. Double ouch. That should do a lot of damage. Not as much as I thought. Shit. And we missed. Fucking hell. He's stalling us. A crit and another fucking poison. Oh, no. At least he's asleep. All of our good mons are poisoned. And he's not asleep anymore. And we're missing. Another crit. Oh. That was rough. At least we've still got our hard hitters. And Wiggles. For no good reason. The additional chance rolls there were just something else, weren't they? Right. Moose survived. Crobat survived, which is what we need for this one. Though that didn't do as much. If we swap to Woo now. Sandstorm's not great, but we can counter it with Rain Dance. Rock Slide will hit hard, but Surf's going to be boosted. Now we're going to quad resist jump kick. And now we one-shot. Ice Punch hit us fairly hard there. Rock Slide might knock us out. No, it didn't. And we crit. Oh. That could have gone worse. Could have gone an awful lot worse. Stomp is coded to always hit. And do double damage. It just did nowhere near as much because he used acid armor, of course. And yes, thank you, Kanbei, for the gifted membership for JR Glenn. Right, Karen's going to lead with Scumbrion. My plan here was to use Odia. But that plan's gone out the window, so instead we're going to lead with Eek, and we're going to try statusing her. We'll try Uno reversing. See how that works for her. She's confused us, but we're through Umbreon. Gengar's next. Right, it's probably going to swear at us, so we'll try using a wing attack. Oh, no. We'll swap. Oh, the bitch has paralyzed us. No, please. Oh, for fuck's sake. There goes our launch strat. That paralysis on Lick fucked us over. And she's fucking pursued, of course she has. So we've now got a Pokemon with no moves. And that's it. And a critical hit knocks us out. Well, there we have it. We got quite far today, but not quite far enough. Karen was the undoing of the Giftlocke today. We will have to try again next week. That was a little bit cursed in places, but you live and learn. Hopefully next week we will have much better luck. Now, talking of next week, it's not the only stream we've got coming up next week. On Monday at 2 PM United Kingdom time. So for those of you in the US, you're probably sick of me saying it, but it is an hour later next week. We've got Mega Aerodactyl on Monday. On April the 2nd, we do have Azumarill in yellow, possibly going to do a goal for a second run in that stream as well. We'll have more Giftlocke on Friday next week as well. For today, though, we are done, and I've got plenty of people to thank. First of all, thank you once again, Alajango, for the Pokeball tier. You came up on this one as well. Oddish for the £2 super chat, Kanbei for the £2 super chat, Lord Cooler for the $4.99, Gemma and Alajango for the £1, Seth Kearney for the $5 super chat, Kanbei for the 10 gifted memberships. Then over on Twitch, I've got to thank some more people as well. Who do I have to thank? Alajango for the 95 bits, Kanbei for gigantifying the Chansey in the bin as well. That was it for today. I hope you've all had a wonderful time. If you have, please do make sure to leave a like if you're on YouTube. Subscribe as well if you want to see more. I will be back 3 times next week as well. Over on Twitch, if you aren't following, please do click the follow button. And I will see you all after the weekend. Have a wonderful time, everyone. I'll catch you all very, very soon.